the beginnings of a solid, concrete military operation. Military sources confirming to us that commandos are getting ready to enter this building. Now that would need a few things. It would need scaffolding to be built, Vishnu, as you well know. But first they have to encircle the building, and that process has begun.
Barkha, important piece of information which I'd like you to perhaps reflect on. There are Israeli nationals who are also perhaps held hostage at Nariman House. The Israeli hostages held hostage over here. There are foreign hostages at the Taj, quite certainly. Could you reflect on these three threads?
Well, absolutely. You made three very important points. And in fact, I'm going to ask my producer to try and get hold of some of the foreigners here who are listening to this. But yes, it is confirmed that at least five to six Israeli citizens are held hostage inside here. 5, as you mentioned, in Nariman House. We also know that when the terrorists actually entered this particular hotel building, they walked into one of its restaurants and they asked the people who were British and American to identify themselves. Those people were then segregated. Now, this is the reason why intelligence sources that I have been speaking with, Vishnu, are actually telling me that they believe that there are shades of an international conspiracy, that this is no longer possible to explain in terms of either groups like the Indian Mujahideen or the Deccan Mujahideen, as it's now identified itself to one of the television channels, India TV. They believe that this is like a terrorist attack that India has never seen before, that the foreign angle, the Israeli angle in particular, has some suggestion of a larger international plot, a larger international conspiracy, but one facilitated by the Mumbai underworld and local elements. Remember, the explosives came in laden on boats that came in by the sea. That, according to intelligence sources that I've been speaking to, suggests a clear sign of an underworld involvement. I can see anxious foreigners who are talking to the police here. In fact, I don't know, I'm looking for somebody. I'm going to try and go in as close as we can. Okay, I think we've managed here. Sir, are you with the press?
It's a no comment.
No?
No comment.
Are you with the press, sir? Are you with the press?
I'm with the Canadian consulate.
You're with the Canadian consulate, sir. Do you have citizens inside the hotel?
We are here concerned about citizens that could be inside the hotel, and so we're postured here in case there are Canadians that need our assistance.
Have you had any information of how many people from your country there might be inside?
I can't provide that information at this moment because the police have activities going on.
Yes, and are you concerned because we're about to see a major military storming of this hotel take place in a while? I guess there's nothing we can all do right now but wait and watch.
Nothing we can do but wait and watch and put our confidence in the military and the police forces.
Are you getting a clear information flow, though, as much as is possible? I don't think even they know for sure what's going on inside.
Well, in these kinds of situations, people don't know for sure, but I see that they're behaving in a very organized and calm fashion, so I'm confident that they're doing as best as they can.
And so one last question. Have you been able to touch base with your citizens inside? Because phones are working in some cases.
We have touched base with some citizens, and I cannot share the information that we have with the press.
We understand, sir. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time, for sharing your thoughts at this point. These are representatives, Vishnu, that we're seeing of various consulates, of various high commissions, now standing behind the cordon. Let me show you the cordon. This is the cordon. This is the cordon. We're all standing behind this cordon. Diplomats, journalists, just passers-by, all alike, trying to get information flow. Now, remember, the gentleman from the Canadian High Commission there indicating that he's also been given the thumbs up that there is going to be an operation here at any moment. Phones are working in some cases, jammed in other cases because of the security networks. We're going to hand it back to you. I just want to tell you that we're also hearing from Delhi that the Prime Minister has called an emergency cabinet meeting, and he will be addressing the country, but he will only be doing that when all the military operations are over. And I think we're going to see a lot of the military action now shifting to this particular hotel, where we're trying to find out some estimate of the number of people who may be trapped inside, where commandos have now taken position. It looks, I guess, from the pictures like it's quiet, but don't be fooled by the quietness. As we've said, this building is now encircled by the Rapid Action Force, by military commanders, by NSG commandos. Somebody I spoke to inside the hotel who's stuck on